day 186 of 365 day life. So I just got a really sweet text message from the owner that owns where I'm living, and they were like, oh, if you want to just like take some money from the cash, because we have like a little like where I can like take money to do stuff for the property, and she's like, if you want to just go grab some of that money and get yourself dinner this week, feel free to do so. And I'm like, made my day because today was a day that I had to sit in my emotions. I was feeling all of the emotions, like legit everything from like sadness to bitterness to anger to frustration, like legit all emotions. Like it has been a complete up and down. Like I was crying one moment and then next I was reflecting and just like sitting in it. And I guess like the topic of today's live that I want to dive into is projectors and invitations. I know I talk about projectors and invitations a lot, but I'm a projector, and I like talking about invitations because they are so important for us projectors. And invitations sometimes can be, for a long time. Someone invites you in their life, like a friend that you have for years and years and years, and you can guide this friend, you can be there, hold space for this friend, and that invitation's open for a really long time. And then there are some invitations that come in for just a chapter, and then there's some that come in for a page in your journey. And the invitations for projectors is very obvious when they are complete. There is a few signposts that like let you know that your invitation is complete. One would be that your motivation may not be in it anymore. So if you're looking at your human design motivation, which you will find it under genetics matrix, I know mine is desire. So when I am no longer excited or, like desiring that invitation, like if I have, let's say, a one-to-one client, and if I'm no longer excited to be like coaching or guiding this client, then I know that my work is done, that the invitation has now been complete. But there are other ways other than the motivation that completes invitations. Sometimes it is just a cycle in itself completing. And that you were doing, like you had this invitation, you shared your gifts, but now it is time for it to complete because you've done everything you could for this invitation. And that can look like so many things. It can be tapping into your authority and your intuition. So whether you have like a splenic and you're all of a sudden getting a hit that it's a no and that you're no longer interested in doing this, it could be processing the emotional wave and then after that feeling like, nope, this is not for you. Or self-projected or soundboarding, talking it out loud, hearing yourself speak, and kind of like if you're self-projected, which direction are you going to be going to? Your G center will guide you. And so sometimes when the invitation closes that way, where it's like your authority and your intuition, but on the physical level, it doesn't feel like it's completely done because your ego still wants to be part of it. Your ego still wants to continue on because you're like, but it's not done. It's not done. Like, like this client, let's say, signed up for 9 sessions and, we are at session number 7, number 8. There's just only 2 more left, only 1 more left. Or this project I'm part of at work, it's just not complete. It's not complete. And then I've done this in the past, that you stay in it. You stay in it to the end. And something doesn't work out. And then kind of you're like, shit, I should have listened to my intuition. I should have listened to my authority. Blah, 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 blah. And then you learn the lesson, hopefully. I've been in that situation many, many times where I've ignored my intuition. I'm like, but like, there's just like one session. There's just one thing left. There's just like this one, let me just suck it up and do it. And every time I'm like, oh, no, but they're my friend. Oh, no, but, like, they're this, or the invitation is this. And always finding excuses for my ego, because my ego wasn't ready, even though my intuition and my authority was ready. And they're like, this invitation's now complete. It's done. Universe is like, it's done. And all the signs were there. And my ego chose to ignore it. And so now I've gotten to a place where it's almost like I can't ignore my intuition through all the inner work that I've done, through all the healing, through all the deconditioning with human design. I'm at a place where I can ignore my intuition. One, because I'm over the fact of like getting myself in shitty situations. I'm not gonna lie. So now I listen to my intuition. My intuition says like, no, no. But it doesn't take away the fact that my ego still wants to stay. That my ego doesn't want to let go. That my ego is sad that it's ending. And that my ego is just, disappointed that it had to be this way. Or that, it wished it can go for one more round. And so that's what I did today, is sit in my feelings and allowing my ego to feel all the emotions and cry and be sad and be bitter and also angry and frustrated at the situation, and wishing that like it would complete itself as it's like the invitation will complete itself as in the physical reality will complete itself. But in this situation, and sometimes in situations with invitations, is that it happens sooner than we expect. As projectors, it happens in a different way than we wanted it to happen. And yeah, our ego may not always be ready for it. But I've learned this over and over, that it's important to trust my authority. It's important to trust my intuition. It's important to listen to that. And I, guide you as well to also make a note, but at the same time, my gate 15 is also saying that if you do listen to your ego and, ignore your intuition and stay in the invitation, even though the invitation energetically is complete, and that's okay too. And you're going to learn something and you're going to grow either way. So nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I've done that before, where I've stayed in an invitation after it energetically was done. And I've done it more than once. And I've had people tell me more than once, Julie, you should have listened to your intuition. Your intuition was right. You should have listened. And I'm like, what? But also, having learned the biggest lesson of all, as someone who has an undefined spleen of staying in situations longer than I should, that is also like, something I have really learned to decondition, especially this winter, from my housing situation. And so I think now that deconditioning aspect has ripple itself out to other aspects of my life in regards to invitations. So I wanted to share that little tidbit for you, for all you projectors out there. If you like this video, please like, share, comment. Also, if you do want to support me, but you are not ready in a place to hire me in any of my services, which is like human design readings, tarot card readings, or one-to-one coaching, I do have a buy me a coffee on my link in my bio. So it is just like, you can just buy me a coffee. I love coffee and I love working out of coffee shops. I like going and hanging out in coffee shops. I have a few in town that are my favorite. And so supporting also the local community and the local coffee shops. And the thing is like here in Tofino, those coffee shops are not your chain. They're all locally run. And they are also really yummy, really good coffee. So you can support my coffee addiction if you want to support me. Other than that, I love you. You're amazing. Thank you so much for watching. And now I'm just going to go celebrate this amazing text message I got from my landlord telling me to treat myself to an amazing dinner after feeling all the feels today. So really feeling the love right now and feeling grateful for that little thing from my landlord, aka also the universe. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Bye.